The best place to live in America, the most successful city in America, the safest city in America, the best real estate market, the best U.S. city for families, the best place to raise an athlete. What do these rankings have in common? These are some of the recognitions achieved by the city of Frisco, Texas. Frisco is located in North Texas, just 25 miles north of downtown Dallas. This region of the country has experienced incredible economic momentum, and because of this, growth has been inevitable. But it is ultimately up to each city within the greater Dallas-Fort Worth region to determine how to best manage its growth. Frisco has been recognized as the fastest growing city in the nation by the U.S. Census Bureau. To put this in perspective, in 2008, the population of Frisco reached 100,000 residents. This population is anticipated to double within the year 2020. That means over the past 12 years, there have been hundreds to thousands of people moving to Frisco every month. I want each of you to think about what a successful city looks like to you. This may be where you live or where you work, maybe access to healthcare or services, where your friends and family are, maybe where you go for shopping, dining, or recreation purposes. Ideally, a successful city will provide a high quality of life for its residents. But what I want you to understand is that great cities don't just happen. There are many forces that come into play, several of which can come together naturally to form community partnerships. Boomtown cities can face their share of challenges, but one of the critical areas to keep in mind is the capability for the education sector to keep up. Within Frisco, there are 4 public school districts. The largest of these is the Frisco Independent School District, or Frisco ISD. Many years ago, decades ago, the leadership teams of the city of Frisco and the Frisco ISD came together to form a framework for a shared vision for this community. These entities stay actively engaged today to ensure they can adequately plan for current and future services and facilities. Interestingly, I recently came across the future land use plan for Frisco that was adopted the year 2000. This was the Millennium Plan. At that time, there was an anticipated future need for 3 high schools in Frisco. But today, 20 years later, there are 10 high schools in Frisco, with number 11 under construction and number 12 being planned. In total, there are 69 schools to serve over 60,000 students. This makes Frisco Independent School District the 3rd largest public school system in North Texas. Well, I can't imagine the early leaders ever would have thought there'd be over 70 schools. They made an early commitment to ensure that students have the opportunity to be engaged in sports, clubs, organizations, and this small school model remains at the forefront of planning today. And through this whirlwind of growth, Frisco ISD's guiding principle has remained to know every student by name and need. And with a 98% graduation rate, I would say that this collaborative approach is a success. Education beyond K through 12 is highly accessible in Frisco as well. The city has formed solid partnerships with the local higher education institutions to ensure that the talent pipeline and training needs of the business community are met. Collin College is a community college district with a campus in the heart of Frisco. This community college has evolved toward a non-traditional community college model by offering 4-year degree programs in high-demand industries such as nursing and cybersecurity. In addition, the University of North Texas, which is a Tier 1 research university, has announced it will build a 2nd campus in Frisco. UNT recently opened a satellite location to accommodate the ongoing workforce demands of regional corporate and Fortune-ranked employers. And it established an innovation center in Frisco called Inspire Park. Speaking of innovation, let me share with you what can happen when you extend the partnership table beyond the education sector. A couple of years ago, I was attending an international technology pitch event in Frisco called Code Launch. And I saw in the audience there were some other business assistance agencies. I saw representatives from the Frisco Chamber of Commerce, the Frisco Young Entrepreneurs Academy, the Workforce Solutions for North Central Texas, and I was a little surprised to see the Frisco Public Library there. So after the event, and out of curiosity, I was able to call a meeting with these agencies, and I included our mayor's office and our partners in education and some key businesses in the industry to compare notes about the level of service that each provides to entrepreneurs. From this discussion, a shared vision established a collaborative framework to focus an initiative on entrepreneurs and innovation. This collaboration has become known as Inspire Frisco. By bringing this resource network together, each agency can easily facilitate its own level of service while easily facilitating introductions to the others to bridge any gaps. Beyond the sharing of knowledge and networks, Inspire Frisco has launched mentoring and programming to serve a very vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem in Frisco. Hopefully by now you have a little understanding about the power of shared visions and community partnerships. Here's what can happen when you bring the private sector into the framework. As you recall, I mentioned that Frisco is the best place to raise an athlete. This is largely because there are a number of sports teams and organizations that call Frisco home, ranging from youth all the way to professional. And we've recently become known as Sports City USA. This got the attention of the #1 most valuable sports organization in the world. This is a franchise valued at over $5.5 billion. Yes, I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. In 2013, the city received a phone call from a commercial real estate broker who was representing a sports project. In particular, he was interested in a 90-acre tract of land that was owned by the city. Within the first meeting, it became known that this was the Dallas Cowboys, who were in the market for a new corporate headquarters office and a practice facility. The city leaders at that table knew that the school district was currently looking for sites for another stadium to accommodate the growing needs of the district. In no time at all, the school district was involved in the conversation to collaborate on a facility that would accommodate the needs of the Dallas Cowboys, Frisco ISD, and the city of Frisco. This facility, which became the shared vision, is a 12,000-seat indoor multi-use event center to be utilized as the Cowboys practice facility, used by Frisco ISD for graduation ceremonies, band competitions, and sports athletics, but also serves the community by hosting concerts, events, and exhibits. This facility is known as the Ford Center and is a win-win-win for all of the organizations involved. Amazingly, all of the necessary contracts and development agreements were approved by the respective councils, boards, and commissions within 90 days of the first meeting. Today, the Ford Center is the crown jewel of the 90-acre development known as the Star in Frisco. This development brings to the community world-class shopping and dining, an Omni Hotel and Conference Center, a Baylor Scott White Sports Performance Center, Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor Walk, and Class A office for other corporate users. At build-out, the Star in Frisco is estimated to have an economic impact of $23 billion back to the local economy. I recently met with Stephen Jones, the CEO of the Dallas Cowboys, and I asked him what did he feel is the greatest benefit of this partnership. He shared with me that the most powerful impact extends beyond the Star and beyond the Ford Center. He said it's the opportunity for the Dallas Cowboys organization to give back to the community. He told me it's not uncommon for the pro athletes to attend local high school games to show his support for the local athletes. And the Dallas Cowboys players make regular appearances at local elementary and middle schools to talk about the importance of teamwork and education. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, put it perfectly. He's quoted as saying, "Frisco, Texas is the right choice right now." So Frisco, Texas is an innovative city with a commitment to excellence, which is deeply rooted in community partnerships. But as I mentioned, great cities don't just happen. I want you all to continue to think about what you want your community to be and how to leverage partnerships to make that happen. Because in my experience, I've learned it truly takes a village to raise a community. Thank you.